Alright, good morning. So this is Christian Toth with another episode of Coach.Motorworks. Today's supposed to be 101 with a heat index of like 113. So, try to get some work done this weekend. I'm out here at like 7 something in the morning in Baltimore, outside of Baltimore. So it's getting real humid already. So I'm going to try to get as much done as I can before it just gets too hot and I got to quit. First thing we're going to do is the drive shaft. So I just got it back. Let me go ahead and unwrap it. Alright, so what we have here is, I actually need to, I'm hoping that this other cap for my U-joint is underneath the car somewhere. It didn't make it to me with me to the shop, so it was rolling around the floor, so I hope it's under there or it's still in my rear diff. But this is my old U-joint that they cut off, and they welded a new one on here. And this is my yoke that will fit into the top loader, 4-speed top loader. Nice and tight, and shoot. Hopefully, it's not greasable, which is a little nerve-wracking. Maybe these plastic caps will hold the grease in it. I don't know, but that sounds like it might be something I need to revisit in a year or so, which sucks. I guess I didn't think I needed to specify it. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a grease nipple here which will distribute grease between all my different joints, and you can see some grease down in there. Sometimes they're in between here if it's a large enough U-joint. But a lot of times you see them on the end like that. So that kind of sucks. But I got a bunch of other things to do today. But the worst part is getting into the car. So before I get too hot, let's just get under there and see if we can bolt this up. So looks like I did find it sitting underneath the car. You can see there's a lot of crud and stuff, sawdust and stuff from the barn. So let's go ahead and clean this up and we can get it put back onto here. Alright, so as you can see, there's a whole lot of little roller pins in there, which is like my bearing. And I'm going to cross my fingers that they're all still in there. It's pretty covered in grease, so it's not like they could fall out. But I need to get them all lined up like that. Alright, looks like I got lucky. And they're all in there. Okay. Alright, so done with the drive shaft. I don't want to be under here for a little while longer. Maybe for when they do the exhaust, but it's tight. I can't even get my whole body under it. So it's all bolted up. See down there. We're all in. Alright, let's move up above. Alright, so I know you guys are probably blowing up my huge comment section with, oh my god, you forgot to grease the drive shaft, which I know you guys were thinking, all three people that follow me here, but no, I did just do that. Alright, so safety precaution, I do not have a battery tie down, so I have a new battery tray, so I'm going to try to go ahead and see how I can get this to fit on my battery. Alright, so this is what I ended up doing. I have some holes right here, so that'll fit like that. My battery can sit in there and I can clamp it down. Alright, well it looks good. Battery is secure. Got my rods down here. Gonna go ahead and top off the transmission. Alright, and we're back with the carburetor. So I think it's gonna all fit here. like I said, I had to get some machining done, so let's go ahead and put this spacer plate. The reason I want to put this back on is because this is for my power brake system, so I will need that. Alright, so this is the exciting part. So I have been looking for a 2-barrel carburetor for this. I went with a Holley. I actually forget what the number is. But you know what, I'll make sure I put it in the comments, listed below. But it's a 2-barrel Holley carburetor. I was going to actually get it off of Summit. They were like $460 and I was ready to pull the trigger. But I figured, you know what the heck. Did pretty good on eBay finding those power steering brackets, power steering bracket and the alternator bracket, so I figured it was worth a shot. Found one on there. Got one $100 for it, which is great. So I took it to a local carburetor shop. I think I could probably rebuild it on my own, but I was more concerned that maybe parts would be missing. There's a couple brackets and stuff here, like this clamp for the choke cable that the guy had there, so I mean it was definitely worth having him look over. He's professional too, so everything moves nice and easy. As you can see, that's for my choke. My throttle is like this, so let's go see if it actually fits on the car. I'll tell you what, glad I went with this spacer. I'm just looking for my height wise. I think it should fit. It's pretty tight, but I'm glad I went with the original. It's like an EGR output or something like that. Something to do with emissions, you know, for this Ford Maverick engine. Like I said, it's from the 70s, so there might have been emissions I think were starting to kind of become prevalent. But as you can see, I mean, I am real close to that valve cover. So actually I'll probably just have to bend this guy up and I can just loop him right over, or maybe go this way. This is my fuel rail right here, so maybe if I can just undo this and just get a straight pipe out, that might be my best bet. Not a huge fan of you know, running my gas on over all my spark plug wires and stuff, so I'll probably do that. Looks like this would be for my brake booster right here, right there, so that could go end it there like that. Just means that lower one down there, it's at a kind of weird angle, it's facing that way. It might I'll probably just put a piece of tubing on and a bolt and clamp it and block it off. So I know it fits, which is great. Huge relief. The next thing is just getting all these linkages hooked up. So let me you know, block off that tube down there, and I'm going to throw some bolts in this and kind of just get a better idea where we are here. Alright, so it is bolted down, you know, loosely I should say. So this is my choke, push, take the choke off, and pull it out the cable. So over here, okay, so that's how my fuel is going to go. I'm just need to get some band clamps for here and there. Tighten that guy up, tighten the carburetor up. Okay, so I do have a cable for the choke, which is just very easy. Through my brake booster cable on there. Hardest thing is going to be, now how am I going to actuate this? So I need it to come this way. I'm not really sure what that does, but alright, so I need to bring this over. And right now I have an up and down motion. So I could hook something up right here. This is my down. I think that's what I'm going to do. But right now I got to get my accelerator bent. I'm going to try to take that out. Alright, so here's my exhaust system. It's a dual exhaust for a V8 from CJ. Like I said before, CJ's got great prices, and they're up in Pennsylvania. So for me and outside of Baltimore, it's probably the closest place for me to get parts. I know there is Virginia Classic Mustang, I think it's called. Haven't ordered from them yet, but mostly because I just heard about them. As you can see here, we have Precision exhaust, Mustang exhaust kit. So let's see what we got. Alright, so here's my H pipe, I'm assuming. So this would actually go up to the headers of a V8. And I need to double check this. This just looks like regular steel, so I'll probably paint it with an exhaust paint, just so it doesn't rust over the years. A lot easier to do it now when it's off the car than it would be when it's on. Nice and shiny. But right after I said they're such a great company, I got somebody else's stuff. I'm hoping this exhaust is at least mine. That looks like it. So I got a Rumble exhaust, classic muscle sound, welded muffler, 2-chamber design. Sure. He looks like he's going pretty fast. So maybe I can make that happen. Strong interior vibration and roaring exterior sound. So, nothing too fancy. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and open this parts box. Hoping that there might be some kind of maybe directions or instructions or something. I don't know. Alright, so it's my crush ring to the exhaust, which I don't think I'm going to use. A bunch of hose clamps, another crush ring. No instruction. I guess these are my pipe hangers. I'm going to just try to see how things work out, but I think this might be something for the exhaust shop to do. But let's at least see how things look down below. Alright, so this is what it's supposed to look like. There's that H pipe that I was talking about. I got the long pipes in the center, then it's muffler, and then the pipe that goes over the axle. So what makes this really hard is actually remembering what side is your right and left. Alright, so this is the left side. Alright, so this would fit up basically like here. Goes basically right next to in between the exhaust and my leaf spring. So this is going to go straight back, which is great. And then just make sure it fits. Yep. So alright, so something I'm not sure if I teased you guys about, but so I'm doing this exhaust right. It's going to be dual exhaust, which is cool. You know, it should sound pretty good, but also don't you want to see it, make it look cool. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to try to do a GT style exhaust system. So it's going to look something like this. This has reverse lights, but you can see exhaust pipes are coming right out the middle. And what I found is it's right where this is, which should keep my line good. You know, I know where to drill, but this is what's going to need to go on here. So I've already taken this one off, and I'll poke over there and show you guys. But I guess this is going to go like this. What I'm going to try to do is make it so that I cut that hole out. So it'll probably be something like that, which looks pretty freaking awesome. So I'll show you what I was talking about. So I have my exhaust down here, right? And this is my space in between the leaf spring and the gas tank, and this is gonna just go snug right up in between, and then it's gonna go to here. Now it's hard to see, but so you can see the hole. There used to be a bracket there holding that together. So what I took a lot of WD-40 and kind of going back and forth a bit, but I'll show you what it used to look like. So you can see here, you have that big bracket in the way. Assuming probably because to create some strength for this right here, which is part of the bumper and I guess impact. So I'm going to go ahead and take this other one off here, and part I've been putting off for a while is drilling on this. Now I have a big hole saw. I'm probably going to do some tests on cardboard, but I'm drilling into the side of the paint. So I don't know, it's a little nerve-wracking. So let me go ahead and get this off, get the easy part done, and then I'll go ahead and I'll do some practice drills. Bye. Alright, so this is my hole saw, which I think should be about the right radius for this insert. So it's going to kind of be elongated. So, and what I try to do is I'm going to cut the initial one and then see how well it fits. It is pretty close. So I'm just going to trace the other side. And try to match the curvature here of that line. So see what my problem is, I don't have a pilot hole anymore. So what I think I need to do is I need to cut like this and then like that, and then I can go for the middle. Alright, so it's in. You can't tell I'm really nervous. Alright, well, okay, I guess it's time to try it out. I'm going to try to mark as much as I can on the car and go slow, measure twice, cut once, all those good things. But it is very nerve-wracking because once I make one hole I can't go back. So, alright, here we go. Alright, so I got the hole cut, which looks pretty good, but it seems like it could be a little wider. So I'm going to try to shave a little bit. It can be a little wider on right here. You can see a little bit of sticking out. I'm going to trim that up. Alright, so just to show you my final product here. Looks pretty awesome, huh? So that's gonna look great with my exhaust sticking out of there. Alright, so just before I sign off here, I want to show you, I did paint the exhaust, so I'll throw that in the trunk. And just got a couple more linkages I gotta do on the carburetor here. I think I have this figured out. I have this bent like this, then I have a rod that goes from here to here, and I think it's down here. As you rise it up, it should push it back. I think that's gonna work, but I need, see this little end here? I need to get one of those to put on the side there, and I think that should work. But before I weld anything up, I'm going to get that little piece first from the carburetor shop. But yep, so that's going to be it for me, I think, today. We have the GT exhaust bezels or frames, whatever, cutouts in the back of the bumper, which is great. Pain in the butt, but you know, have it all done. And exhaust is painted, so I'm going to throw that in the trunk. So just tuck that away till we take it to the exhaust shop to get everything welded. But at any rate, thanks again for staying tuned and watching in on my YouTube channel. Hope you enjoyed it. Getting closer. These are the most anxious times because I know I'm like, you know, 4 days or so away from getting this thing running. But stick with me. I appreciate you watching. This is Christian Toth with Coach Motorworks. See you later.